Well. Looks like the feds have plenty of time for people saying mean things about Kamala Harris, but apparently very little time for anybody who's literally camped out in the bushes for up to 12 hours on a Trump golf course. That's right. The Kamala Harris Department of Justice deployed the FBI to intimidate a private citizen, and that private citizen humiliated them on camera. There are a lot of people out there saying, hey, man, I don't know if you should have been making fun of them so badly because, well, they're just doing their jobs. There is no more just doing their job is not to harass private citizens who tweet things that are protected by the First Amendment. All right. The Libertarian Party posted basically something along the lines of whoever, if somebody removed Kamala Harris from the planet, they would be an American hero. That is not a call for anyone to do that. That's just saying it, right? The FBI was immediately dispatched to this person. I could probably find 1,000 tweets saying the same thing about Trump. I wonder if the FBI is visiting any of them. Within hours of the tweet, the FBI was at this individual private citizen's door, and they got absolutely humiliated. And I'm going to show the video. I suspect they'll be showing up at my door at some point too. Hopefully not. But, make sure, again, this is why Trump needs to get in. If you haven't, go to tailgatesfortrump.com, sign up for the mail list, pick up some stickers, pass them out, stick them up, hand them out to people that you know, especially if you're in a battleground state. Get yours ordered today. Maggie's in shipping right now. You can also help us just by following us on X. That's free to do, right? It's immensely helpful to help us with our reach. We're working on a cookbook, which will hopefully be ready by the end of the week for you all. Federal agencies confirmed to NBC Boston that they knew about a tweet from Sunday, which had drawn widespread condemnation, including from the Libertarian Party's own presidential candidate, who's a pro-jab, pro-lockdown loser, by the way, though they wouldn't confirm or deny whether or not they were investigating the inflammatory remark. Well, the remark was simply, again, in response to yet another attempt on President Trump's life, a second in, 2.5 months. The Libertarian Party tweeted out, anyone who ends Kamala Harris would be an American hero. That's what the tweet was. Wasn't calling for anyone to do that. They're entirely legally allowed to say that. That is not a call for, someone to do it. They then deleted the tweet. We deleted the tweet because we don't want to break terms of service on the website we agreed to. It's a shame that even on a, quote, free speech website, the libertarians cannot speak freely. Libertarians are truly the most oppressed minority. So they put out that tweet, right? Jeremy Kauffman, who runs the state party's account on X, responded to a request for comment from NBC 10 with an email saying, the Libertarian Party believes that NBC journalists are lying propagandists who would be physically removed from any decent society. Jeremy Kauffman later shared a video on X, which the party reshored, of a short visit from two people. One identified themselves as FBI, who wanted to ask about the post made online. The interview was cut short as Kauffman insisted on recording the encounter. Gee, I wonder why they didn't want to have a conversation with him once they knew that it was being recorded. What's wrong with it being recorded? Again, I believe that there are many great individuals in law enforcement. I really do. I 100% believe that with all my heart. I believe that there are good people in the FBI. I believe that there are good people in the Secret Service. I really do. Department of Homeland Security, all the way up to the top. There are good people who would be willing to put their lives on the line to do their job and do their duty. But I also believe that there are goons who are just willing to, it's just part of the job, right? Chase Oliver, the pro-lockdown, pro-dork candidate who won the Libertarian election, which is why the Libertarians will remain as such, came out to disavow. Look, I wouldn't tweet something like that. But this encounter is wild. You can see on the site, watch FBI agents shamed amid visit to law-abiding citizen over a meme post. In a viral video on X, Jeremy Kauffman filmed as two plainclothes agents approached his front porch requesting he not film them. As a citizen, he asked their full names while notifying them that he intended to post the interaction online. This is how you protect yourself, folks. Somebody shows up at your door, if they aren't up to anything nefarious, okay? If they're up to nothing but good vibes and positivity, bro, they should have no problem being recorded. Absolutely. What this is the Democrats weaponizing the Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and more to intimidate private citizens who disagree with the regime. I guarantee you the FBI would not be on the doorstep of any leftoid who tweeted something like this within mere hours. Okay? Within mere hours, they were there. You see this definitely FBI. The younger guy is newer and not familiar to folks I reached out to. Scott identified himself, though, which he does say in the video. People are saying the FBI visited my house today for free speech acts that they knew were not crimes. You cannot shame. You can see the shame on their faces. This is a Democrat manifest, Democratic regime manifest. This video is absolutely epic. 170,000 likes. Look, I understand. Maybe these guys have, they need a pension, or, they're the quote unquote, they're just doing their jobs thing. You're told, hey, I'm your commanding officer. You need to go do this. People do it. I understand. But you can see the absolute shame on the one guy's face. And that's really what I want to show, because I want to educate people. Look, Kamala Harris gets in office, expect way more of this. Trump wasn't sending people to the FBI to the doors of people who were tweeting heinous stuff about them. Absolutely not. Where are all the videos of it? I haven't seen any.
Hey, how can I help you?
He knows it's the FBI. They came in 2 different cars, by the way.
Yeah.
How are you?
Who are you?
I'm Agent O'Donnell with the FBI.
Can you give your full name, please?
You can see he's just like, oh God, we got one of these guys who won't let us we got one of these guys that are filming us. Oh, Hornswoggle.
I'm Agent O'Donnell with the FBI.
Is that sufficient to identify as the only one O'Donnell affiliated with the FBI?
In New Hampshire, yes.
Could you please state your full name, sir?
Could you please stop recording?
No.
It's First Amendment right.
He asked him to stop recording. Why on earth would you ever do that? If you are ever in any interaction with the police or law enforcement, the good officers have no problem with you recording it, by the way. They know they're not up to no good. Why is it, do they not make shirts? Like, see how this guy's folding his arms and he's flexing? Like, do they not make shirts in adult size?
What's your name, sir?
Could you stop recording, please?
Absolutely not. You can show me your name and identification, or I'm going to go back inside my house.
Okay. I don't really want to broadcast my...
Oh, this is going out right after you guys walk away.
So that's why I'm not going to...
So you can show me your name or ID, you can walk away.
Absolute Chad. I can guarantee you, like, I don't know if I would have the stones that this man has to literally just tell the FBI to frick off. Like, identify yourself or leave. Like, this guy's like, I don't want to broadcast. I'm sure the internet has identified him by now, almost certainly.
We just want to talk to you.
We just want to talk to you, yeah.
I'm not going to talk to people who claim to be federal agents unless they can show me identification.
Okay, well, you see our badges?
No, don't.
I need to see... Is your full name on that badge?
No.
I'd like to see something with your full...
Why don't they want to identify themselves? Why are they so worried about identifying themselves? By the way, this guy did identify himself, to be fair.
name, or I'm not going to talk to you.
I prefer you not to broadcast it.
This will be going online as soon as you walk away.
Well, all I want to do is talk to you about a post that was made, and if you happen to be the one that made the post.
I want to talk to you about you guys coming here. Say you make a salary of, I don't know what,
Just humiliate
low
someone,
100K? You guys making 6 figures? Factor in 50% expenses, overhead, maybe 100% expenses. Talking about burning a couple $100 an hour just here, let alone all the time you guys are spending to investigate something that you know is not against the law, right? Like,
So
you're familiar with...
We're
So then
not
why
make
would you
sure-
come?
Because we wanted to make sure that there weren't any other
No, you're
threats.
coming because you're part of a regime that does this kind of thing when you know laws aren't being broken.
This guy, you could tell this guy's ashamed. This guy's like, oh my God, I just can't believe I'm here. I can't believe this is not what I joined the FBI for, to harass private citizens over tweets. This guy probably agrees too. This guy's probably a little more tenured. He's like, look, this is part of the crap that we got to do because, you know, Kamala Harris.
And that's an embarrassment, man.
This
Didn't
guy
you
won't
guys
even
read
look
the
at him.
Constitution? Do you not believe in America? Like, how do you do your jobs and go home?
We appreciate it.
You're walking away. Because nothing we did is against the law, and you guys are fuckheads that try to act like bullies. And I hope you go home and are embarrassed. You can't even say your name on camera because you know that what you're doing is embarrassing. You know Americans that believe in the Constitution think you're laughable. And you go home and you think about what you did
I mean, he just suns him.
today. Go home
You know, this guy probably wants to sock him one.
and think about it, you cowards. Drive away.
All right, now anything after they left is a little bit, you know, rub-ins, but I don't
Drive
care.
away.
Thank you for your time.
You're not welcome.
You're not welcome. Like, oh, shout out Jeremy Coffin. Knowing your rights. Get yourself a man who will teach his children to outwit the feds. You know, when your wife is also pro-liberty extremist, getting investigated by the FBI means you still have to cook dinner. You know, I understand your frustration, but you could have handled it a better way. I'm not saying those guys are just doing their jobs. This type of softness among men is causing civilization to crumble. Yeah, I mean, this is somebody in the Kamala Harris regime deployed these FBI agents to intimidate a private citizen over a tweet that, while a little squeamish, is not against the law. They were there to intimidate him, and he knew his rights, and they left within 180 seconds. That's what knowing your rights does. Absolute shout out to Jeremy Kaufman on this one. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you're not following him already, follow him on X, and we'll talk to you again real soon.